Philippine lawmakers are crafting bills to restrict or possibly ban social media use for minors below the age of 16. This follows a recent spike in school violence that local officials blame on exposure to dangerous online content. But experts are against a ban, calling instead for better regulation and mental health support. Jacob Lazo reports from Metro Manila.
A shooter enters the school, armed and dangerous. Students have barricaded themselves inside the classrooms, staying low, silent, and out of sight. This is the first active shooter drill conducted by the Department of Education, an initiative launched after a mass school shooting in June.
Actually, it was a shock for me po, because I normally hear school shooting incidents from other countries.
On June 22, two students aged 14 and 15 opened fire at the San Jose National High School in Tacloban City. 3 students were shot and killed. 20 others were injured. Gun violence in schools is rare in the Philippines, but not unheard of.
Nakakabahala po sa amin yun bilang students na pumapasok po araw-araw. Tapos hindi po namin alam na one day, pwede po palang may mangyaring gano'n na po sa amin din. And that our lives are at stake every day that we go to school.
Local officials blame online platforms for driving recent violent incidents in schools.
Sabi nga ng eksperto, dala rin ng exposure sa mga damaging social media sites at mga yung mga masasamang influensya at saka yung mga groomers, yung mga terrorist groups online actively recruiting na. So sa amin, we're trying to limit yung exposure ng mga bata dyan.
A bill in the House of Representatives aims to ban social media for those under the age of 13. A separate Senate bill seeks to ban it for those under 16. The bills also compel online platforms to implement an age and identity verification system and to proactively deactivate age-restricted accounts. Repeated failures to comply can result in penalties of up to 50 million pesos or over $800,000 US. The platforms could also be permanently banned in the country. Cybersecurity experts warn that popular games and social media platforms have become recruitment hubs for extremist groups. One group, known as 764, was found to have recruited one of the Tacloban shooters.
They really just like the feeling of influencing others to do harm or to do violence and to kill other people, since that is part of their ideology.
But even cybersecurity experts advise against blanket bans, which could force children to move to more obscure websites that are harder to monitor.
The people who we're supposed to protect get to be punished rather than the people na are supposed to be punished talaga. No?
Instead, they suggest to work with digital platforms to develop stronger security measures that track, report, and take down dangerous content and identify potential groomers. Psychologists and cybersecurity experts also observe that most children who develop violent tendencies are those already experiencing difficulties at home or in school. For example, a 2022 study found that 1 in every 3 Filipino students is bullied. Whether or not bills to ban social media use for children are passed, one thing is clear: such rules and restrictions can only go so far. Actions needed to address a severe lack of counselors in Philippine schools. And psychologists emphasize that parents still play the biggest role in monitoring and molding a child's behavior, both on and offline.
When early aggressive behaviors tend to appear in the home, we don't just leave them as is. Communicating certain limits to the child also gives that or sparks that conversation that there are things that should not happen.
Jacob Lazaro reporting for CNA from Metro Manila.